Today on Decentrahype, the Luna fork decision has been made.
There's been a mass exit of stablecoins across the crypto industry.
You're watching Decentrahype. My name is Chester.
And my name is Hamilton.
Be sure to like and comment on the video, and if you like the content, smash a subscribe on that bad boy as well. Without further ado, let's get straight into the first story.
As discussed as a possibility in the last video, under the recovery plan of the Terra ecosystem, developers will create a new Terra token with a revived Luna token, while the original Luna token will be Luna Classic.
Terra said that it would work with crypto exchanges like Binance and Bybit to distribute the new asset to people who held Luna Classic and UST on their exchanges. Now, the reason that I think Binance and Bybit are getting involved with this mass airdrop is because a lot of their customers essentially lost a lot of money and a lot of trust was lost in their exchanges. So I think they're taking the opportunity to basically give back to their customers. I mean, in my opinion, it's a bit of a risky move because obviously we have lost a lot of trust with Terra. But now, hopefully, with this new plan, we might see a bit of progression. And it does show one thing. Exchanges like Binance and Bybit are getting involved. It does show there is going to be reliability in the space coming from Terra side because the trust is there from the exchanges, right? What would be your opinion on this, Hamilton?
Well, there's a few factors to discuss here. First of all, if you are in the dark about this topic, we have another video explaining it right above my head. Go click that. That'd be fantastic. And also, if you are just joining us, be sure to subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Does help us out a lot. We are a new channel. We want to hit that threshold so we can start paying you guys our sponsorship. But if we're talking about Terra right now, and we're talking about the trust factor, and we're talking about business opportunity for a lot of companies, blockchains, everything, then this is basically the opinions, right? So if we're talking about exchanges from a business perspective, exchanges are jumping on this. They see the attention. It's going to be a new coin listing. They see a lot of liquidity there from institutions, from retail, from people that are going to be trying to trade this up and falling into that marketing trap, right? There's also the people that have been basically screwed over here by Terra, and they are very, very angry. They probably will not participate. And this is why I said in the last video that I don't think it'll be as big as some people think. It could also just lead to a massive coordinated rug again. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But in terms of other blockchains business perspective, we've seen a lot of these blockchains actually reach out to projects that were previously on Terra and basically saying, hey, come over to our chain. We don't have any of these economics or tokenomics that these guys have tried to pull off and failed. Ours is a lot faster, more resistant, and just more stable in general, right? So they are stealing a lot of those clients, and that does kind of amount to why they want to launch a new blockchain and a new project as well. But that's all I would say then. If I am going to be honest here, I'm personally not a big advocate of this whole thing. We said last time that that we thought it was botted. I'm pretty sure it's botted. I mean, what did we see? We saw 92% of people saying they don't want to fork and they want to burn instead. And yes, we are seeing some sort of burn come through. I think it was 1.2 billion of Luna that's being burnt, or UST that's being burnt. But that's not going to help everyone. And it does, obviously, it's going to help the people that are building on Terra, and that's great. But the people that have been messed over are really the investors and the traders, and there doesn't seem to be too much reconciling from that area.
Yeah, I think it's the only thing that's really going to be helping them out is going to be the exchanges participating in that airdrop, right? And the fact that they are doing the airdrop, it does bring me on to another point. If you guys are holding what is now Luna Classic, if you bought it after the massive crash, you're not going to be reimbursed for the price that the people who held it before, right? Yeah. They're going to be reimbursed by a hell of a lot more than you. I think it's 0.000015, like a really stupidly low price that you guys probably bought Luna at, right? Sorry, Luna Classic at. So yeah, I wouldn't get your hopes up that you're going to get a massive airdrop that's going to make you stupidly rich, right? I think that brings us on to our next article of the day, which is mass exit of stablecoins across crypto. Investors have yanked more than $10 billion out of Tether in the past 2 weeks amidst heightened regulatory scrutiny over stablecoins.
So with this Terra collapse, there have been many, many dominoes that have fallen and will fall after this. There's a lot of fear in the air. There's a lot of things that will happen very, very soon. So what do you think it is that governments will be thinking to do here?
Well, we've already seen quite a lot of talk online about government regulations coming in a hell of a lot faster than we have seen over the few years with crypto, right? And this has basically created quite a very strong bearish sentiment in the crypto space, because if we do see some really strong regulations coming in from governments here, it could really mess up crypto like across the board, right? We're all about decentralization here. If they come in and try and make it centralized, it's going to be a total mess for everyone involved. At this time, we have seen crypto react really bearishly, like really, really bad here. And this could, having this $10 billion taken out of Tether, could just be the start of a really bad scenario, right? A really bad scenario. And when I'd say really bad scenario, I'm talking like the government's coming in and actually putting in regulations to make stablecoins be seriously backed and actually have legit figures there, right? And if we do see some major regulations get put in place here, we could really see the bearish sentiment of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general increase massively. So what do you think this effect will have on other stablecoins?
Well, there are many differences between traditional stablecoins and UST, right? So UST has this whole weird tokenomic thing going on with Luna, which ended in both of their demise. The death spiral we talked about in our last video, check that out as we said before. But the difference between that and USDT and USDC are very, very different, right? So USDT, for example, is strictly paired to the dollar, and you can actually go to the USDT website, the Tether website, and exchange that anytime for one-to-one pairing with the dollar at any point in time, right? It doesn't depeg. It might depeg on certain exchanges because they want people to trade it, and there is the high frequency trading side of that, right? But if it depegs on another exchange, what you've got is the ability to go onto the Tether website and actually change that, right? And actually get that value for the dollar. So it's not the end of the world in that case. In terms of privacy, in terms of governments actually acting on this, I'm actually friends with a guy called Willy Woo. You may know him. I'll put his picture up on the screen. He's been on a lot of very, very famous podcasts in the space. Incredible analyst, by the way. That guy, he basically knows the owner and founder of Tether, and basically says, hey, he's super legit, he's super honest despite all the scrutiny, but one thing he is a big advocate of is privacy. He doesn't want governments coming in and basically looking at everything. And this is going to be the big war I think we'll see. We'll see a lot of these projects, a lot of these stable coins saying, hey, why do you have the right to go in to our project and look at all of the details, no matter whether it's right or wrong, no matter whether they're committing crimes or not. Crypto is often about privacy, and it's about protecting your essentially your cash and your wealth, right? So they'd be basically giving up a lot of the people that use Tether's ecosystem and use Tether's ability, they'd be giving up a lot of that information to governments, which is pretty much the opposite of what a lot of these early Bitcoiners stand for. And Tether has been around for a very, very long time. So essentially the opinion here is that I don't necessarily agree with it, but I don't see many ways around it. There is going to be a lot of pressure on governments, and especially from banks, the people that pay the governments. There's going to be a lot of pressure for them to investigate these, and this could be that domino effect coming through, and that could really, really affect the ecosystem. So people that are using that maybe have committed fraud, committed money laundering, whatever, right? Or people that just like their privacy, they will be exiting those stable coins. I don't know too much about the USDC side of it and how legit they are, but I'm pretty sure based on what my friend Willie says, he basically says, hey, the Tether guys are legit, they're just private about it. So what I will say about this is it's probably going to head that way. They're probably going to be forced to give up a lot of this information. Do I think stablecoins get obliterated and they don't get used again? No, they're probably one of the best inventions in blockchain since it began, right? Since Satoshi came along. So the conclusion from my end here is yes, I think there will be more regulations. There will be more forced giving up of privacy of their basically their customers, right, to these governments based on what's just happened here. A top 5 crypto going to dust, right? This is a massive event, one that will be talked about for decades to come, I imagine, right? But the conclusion here is, yes, it makes sense for people to be exiting stablecoins. It does. But it doesn't necessarily mean that's going to be the end of it. And I don't think we will see stablecoins come to an end. It's just too big in the space. It's just too big to really stop.
Something that I read the other day that sprung to mind out of nowhere, it was at the G7 meeting where a lot of the countries meet up. I read that 7 countries have actually put forward a plan to regulate crypto. Just something I remember that I just wanted to chuck in there. I'm sure this is a story that we can cover in the future when we have a lot more information on it, but that's just something to be thinking about, because if 7 countries have put forward the plan, it shows that the talks of regulations are in the works, right? Definitely something to be looking out for. That's going to be it from us today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the 2 stories that we had to present to you today. We enjoyed ourselves. If you can smash a thumbs up on the video, it does help us out tremendously in terms of the YouTube algorithms. And again, we saw how many comments we got on the last video. Absolutely unbelievable. And if you are looking for a more of a technical based channel, we both do run technical analysis channels, and we do Bitcoin updates, altcoin updates, all of the good stuff for you day traders out there. We know you're watching. And as I said a second ago, the amount of commenters that we did get on the last video with your opinions, with your feedback, we absolutely love that. So yeah, if you could do exactly the same again, let us know what you think about the new channel. And also, if you did enjoy it, you know what to do with that subscribe button.
So that is going to be it from us here today. Be sure to stick around because we've got our NFT drops where you can literally just pay $20, vote to earn like $5 on a video. 4 videos, you made your money back and you're laughing, right? So yeah, we've got this vote to earn NFT drop coming up over time. We're going to make sure that's perfect before we launch it, obviously. But also this channel is going to have basically trade-offs, like sports style commentating trade-offs. We're going to have vlogs. We're going to have lots of stuff. We're obviously living in Samui now, and it's amazing, by the way. Thanks for all the comments. We really, really appreciate it. And yeah, we're going to basically be sharing our whole experience that we have here with you guys on the channel, so you can essentially choose what we do via voting. You can have lots and lots of fun watching the content we produce, get kept up with the news, and again, our channels are there as well if you do want a bit of technical analysis trading stuff to come through. So that's going to be it from us. Be sure to like it, subscribe it, comment. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out and goodbye from Decentra Hype.
So, what do you think the effects would be on other stablecoins? So, what do you think the effects will be on other stablecoins?
I don't know what to say.
So, what effects do you think this could have on other stablecoins? Mass exit of stablecoins across crypto.
This is yours.